Chapter 13 is on employee benefits. The chapter is introduced with an article explaining the effect that the Affordable Health Care Act is having on both employees and employers. Benefits. The chapter begins by describing the 5 primary reasons for benefit expansion in the United States. The first reason is the New Deal. Following the Great Depression, legislation was passed to create assurances for workers so that if something happens to them, they won't be devastated by another great financial collapse. Wage and price controls instituted during World War II were set up to help employers keep employees working in their factories. Tax treatment for benefits versus salaries. If employers provide benefits to employees, that offers a better tax solution for both the employer and for the employee. Benefits are not taxed at the same rate as salary. If you get a raise, you're going to pay more taxes. If you get more benefits, you get the same value for less taxes. Cost advantage for groups versus individuals. If you go out and try to buy health insurance just yourself, you're going to pay significantly more for less than you are if you're a member of a group. You all know that. You probably participate in the health insurance at your school districts. The growth of organized labor. With the onset of unions demanded from employers benefits for employees. Increasing the benefits was supposed to create a situation where you have better trained and more motivated employees. Mostly, I think it worked out that the unions just made sure people kept jobs and paying their dues. Okay, Social Security insurance came about in 1935 with the Social Security Act. That act was amended in 1939 to add survivor's insurance. In 1956, they added disability insurance, and Medicare was added in 1965. More than 90% of employees in the United States are required to participate in Social Security. It's interesting to note that the only people that aren't required are railroad workers, federal, state, and local government employees. And it says they have their own plan. In the chapter they note they have their own plan. They don't participate in Social Security. Social Security was initially provided retirement income for workers beginning at the age 62. However, later it was amended so that anyone that was born after 1960 couldn't start receiving benefits until they were 67 years old. Unemployment insurance provides 4 major benefits for workers who are out of work. These are an opportunity to have a little bit of income while they're out of work. It also helps unemployed workers find new employment. It also provides incentives for employees to stay with an employee or stay employed as much as possible, and it helps employers to preserve skilled laborers to keep them back or to bring them back in the event that they upturn their industry. Unemployment insurance is a tax, and it's paid by employers. If you lay a lot of people off, if you have a habit of doing that, then you have to pay higher taxes. The employers who maintain a steady employment history, working about the same number of people over a course or a period of time, pay a lower tax than industry that lays people off and brings them back, lays them off and brings them back. Okay, workers' compensation is a program designed to protect employees in the event of job-related injuries. That's also a tax the employer pays. Just recently, the Van Buren School District approved an expenditure for over $85,000 for workers' compensation for this school year. Most employees and employers consider medical insurance as required. Almost every employer, in fact, I think if you employ over 50 employees, you have to offer medical insurance. This is the number one benefit for everyone. It provides group coverage, and group coverage usually comes at a better price, and you often get better coverage. In 1985, the Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act, or COBRA, was passed. What COBRA does is if you become unemployed or you leave employment or if you retire, what are the circumstances, you are afforded the opportunity to maintain your employer-sponsored health insurance for 36 months. You also can maintain that same insurance for your beneficiaries or for your dependents. Disability insurance is typically offered in one of two forms. There's short-term disability insurance, there's long-term disability insurance. Short-term disability insurance is for a disability that keeps you out of work for a period of up to 6 months. After that, you go to long-term disability. One of the benefits offered by the Van Buren School District is every employee is offered at the expense of the district short-term disability. Retirement, also a benefit. Social Security. Social Security remains the only legally required retirement program and represents the largest share of retirement income at 39%. In Arkansas, you have Social Security, but if you're a public school teacher, you're probably also a member of Arkansas Teacher Retirement. Arkansas Teacher Retirement is probably one of the most important things that teachers in Arkansas have working for them. It's an opportunity to have a living retirement, a living wage retirement after you finish your years as an educator. It says that all pensions or retirement plans offered by employers must comply with standards established by the Employee Retirement Income Security Act. And we'll talk about that again. ERISA, it does not require employers to have retirement plans, but it does make the regulations if you do have a retirement plan. One of the most important regulations is that if a person becomes vested in the retirement plan, they're guaranteed to draw retirement at retirement age, even if they leave that company and go to work for someone else. So if you become vested in teacher retirement after 10 years and you decide you don't want to be a teacher anymore, you can leave the teaching profession, but you still will have some degree of retirement from teacher retirement when you reach your Social Security retirement age. Okay, types of retirement plans. There is defined benefits. Arkansas Teacher Retirement is a defined benefit plan. Defined benefits basically are this. The plan takes the risk for investing and maintaining the program. The employee, all they do is put money in. The employer puts money in. The plan itself, the teacher retirement system, operates the investment portfolio and to ensure that there will be money there for employees when they retire. Other plans include defined contribution plan and the cash balance plan. The defined contribution plan is different in that the defined contribution plan requires the employee and employers both to put in money, but the employee is responsible for deciding how that money will be invested. It's not as good a plan. You're not guaranteed a benefits. The plan that Arkansas Teacher Retirement uses, you can go out and use the formula now and figure what your benefits will be. Under the defined contribution plan, it depends on how the investments go. The cash balance plan is the third hybrid plan. It is basically the best of the defined benefits and the defined contribution plan. It is the method that most insurance or most retirement programs are trying to go to. Okay, that's it for my part. Y'all have a good Saturday, and I'll see you at the next class.